Hey guys, it's Jamie here, and in today's video we're going to take some ugly old postcards. I bought mine from eBay very reasonably. They do have nice stamps and writing on them, some of them do, but the front pictures are maybe not the most desirable thing to put into a junk journal. So we're going to alter them to make them into, hopefully, mini pieces of art. And here's some examples of what we're going to be covering in the video today. I did 5 in total, some were quicker than others, and I have a personal favourite, but you can let me know which one is your favourite as we go through the videos. I have a set of postcards that I would say are quite boring backgrounds. One's colour, but the majority are black and white. Before we can do anything with these, what we need to do is prepare some background materials. Here I have some old greaseproof paper that has already got some staining on it. What I want to do with this is to stain it up some more. I have my vintage photo distress ink. We're going to start to get this different colours. I do have some others. I've got rusty hinge here. It's going on a bit stronger. Tea dye, not my favourite guys, I find it too pinky brown. Let's start with those and see what happens when we spray that with some water. See if we can get it to create a look. While this was still damp, I just rubbed over with what was left on here. I'm also going to put a bit more actual mix on, and again probably damp it down. I think this is the quickest way to get it on. As you can see, I just want a variety of grunge on here. Damp it down again and let that dry. I have a sort of grungy ink stamp here with writing and bits going everywhere, and I want to put that on top of this brown background, and I'm doing it in the black. Because these are background papers, you're not going to worry too much about perfection, so if something doesn't stamp, it's okay. That's one background scrap done. What we're looking for is texture or different textures. So I also have and have put to the side tissue paper. Napkin was used for some decoupage, and now we have the inside of it. What we want to do is stain this up as well. And then we might take another ink and get in there, because obviously with tissue, once it's damp, it will rip. Because this has gone a bit more yellow and orange than I wanted, I dye this, spray it with water, and then add the tissue on top. That is espresso. This one's vintage photo, peeled paint, which is the grungy green that I like. And this again will become a background, of course. We're going to spray that down, grab this old napkin and use it to basically mop that up. I do have another old napkin here that's got a bit of purple on it, but if there's anything left off here, we'll add it to this, because you never know what you could end up with as background paper if you do that. A lot of prep is going into this one, so let's hope it all works out. We've got some scraps here of actual coffee stained paper. Next thing I want to do is I have some scraps that were sitting in the box from another project. Again, I would like to stain them up different colours. I've done quite a bit of prep. Let's just see what we can do with these now with some background stuff going on. I want to start with some Mod Podge and this kitchen paper. I think we're going to try covering most of that. This is stately home behind here. I know it's quite covered up now. And what we have here is this very stately home looking female. What I'm thinking of doing is putting her in the foreground, fussy cut around her on this photograph. I'm not going to worry about the hands, they're going to go off the photograph. She's been cut out, but we're going to do a bit more to this first. I'm going to take some of this tissue. We're just going to create some layers, like a collage really, I suppose, with different layers. We have some material Could do that line and then maybe another line. I want to put a little bit of gesso on there, I think. Yeah, now she pops out, and you can see how this is creating a bit of a look across the, and by bringing it out that way, if we do those bits of material, we'll be following that line in the same corner that way. It's almost like sun rays. I was only going to do 2 because if I do black lines I can do the 3. I do feel like there isn't quite enough going on here. Going to run that bit along there. Some kind of text. I don't know, maybe a quote actually. I think I might look for an actual title or quote to go down there. On this great quote that says, "I won't be silent," I'm going to get some black gesso, and then where I intend to put this, create a sort of frame. Between these 2 lines, I'm going to do, it doesn't have to be exactly halfway. Anything I feel isn't working. Down here, piece of torn page. I know it's taking away from that. It doesn't have to. I can really do this. Throw that on there. And that has already been postmarked. It's not really helped by the fact that this is filthy. Still want to edge that back. Now I'm happier. How's that? Yep. That's postcard 1 done. I think this is the second postcard, and we're going to try doing something a bit simpler. Going to use the Fabri-Tac to put this lace down, which has been coffee stained. And then I thought on this side we'd put some of this torn paper. Let's make a fake frame for this picture. Do it underneath. Okay, I'm going to make a fake frame for this picture. And now I get some white gesso and scrub round that. And then possibly an actual frame. That, how do we want to do this? We need to go up there. Very peculiar. Might just work. I think I'm going to stick it slightly off. I think this is a sticker and I'm going to put that down. Definitely different. That's a bit weird. See what else we have in the way of ugly-ish postcards. But what are we going to do with this one? I've got an idea. What I'm going to do, cut Nicklegate actually out of the postcard. This is a situation where a magazine image is going to work beautifully. For example, if I put that horse and that scenery there where that tower was, but before I use it I need to get black ink. I'm going to use this one, go around the edge but from the reverse. Try that over that. I'll put a book over that just to make sure it sticks down properly. With this one I backed it with a brand new postcard. Here I found a photograph of some men digging in snow, and although this isn't a snow scene, in fact it's far from it, it looks quite hot and sunny there, I thought I would cut that out, add them to this. I don't know, I'm just gonna have to see what I can do with this. I think the next thing I will do is add some tissue paper to that. Add a layer of napkin to this. I'm going to cover it with Mod Podge. I'm not really sure what I'm doing with this one, to be fair, but we will persist until we get something. Let's get that over. I want it wrinkly, so that's good. The idea is definitely to cover that building up quite a bit. I think till we know where we're going with this, we're going to keep layering. I want to try and get it so that we dull down these edges a little bit. I'm not minding as a background, but you've still got this very hard edge here. I feel like I need to do something about that edge, even if it's to emphasize it almost. It seems a little odd. I'm not really sure where I'm going with this, so let's put that on for now. I'm wondering about some material. We're going to kind of blend along these areas. I really want torn pieces so that we soften them. I'm very, very slowly getting to something that I'm liking the look of. I'm just gonna get some of that off. See if we can get a bit more white into this corner. I might even use that sort of effect. Okay, I'm going to take a bit of the Distress ink and just give it a tiny little border, or hopefully a tiny border. Yeah, that's framed it quite nicely. I think I'm going to leave it at that. No essentially central focus, but I like it. Final postcard, popping some Mod Podge down, and we have some napkin. That's given it quite a nice look actually in itself. It's better than it was, and that's just literally putting napkin over it. To grab some white gesso, of course, and increase that scratchy brushed out look. Get this down. It certainly fades it in, doesn't it? I will just go over it with a bit of vintage photo. Looking back through these, I want to take the shine off this one. That one's pretty cool. You could run some gold through that and make it look like marble, but I think I'm happy with it as it is. This one, I probably should have taken the shine off it before I did it. She's a bit shiny. I think that's it basically finished. The clear gesso does seem to have taken some shine off the photographs. As you can see, there's a bit of shine, but it's not as much as before. If you have enjoyed this video, please do all the YouTubey things, which is like, share, subscribe, comment and other stuff. And I will see you next time.